Hey there, welcome to my channel. I've been trying to find the right video, and after pondering for a few days, I finally figured out we're gonna do password security. Wait, don't click away just yet. I know your eyes glazed over, you got bored, you started scrolling for another video. This one's gonna matter, I promise. We're gonna make it easy for you. This is really simple and can immensely increase your web security footprint. Now, I imagine most of you are going to say, hey, McKay, I'm not worried about it. Everyone knows my password. I advise you to watch this video. I'm going to link down below. It made me want to change my passwords at the end of it. It really opens your eyes on just how easy it is. All right, getting back to your password security, I want to introduce you to a program I've been using for a couple years now. It's called KeePass. It is an open source program. It's OSI certified. It allows you to basically have a at your fingertips, fully customizable password manager, and allows for easy management of your passwords with every online account you have. Today, I'm going to quickly show you how to install, create a database, get your first entry, and adjust a couple little settings that I think makes the experience even better for you in the long run. There are a couple other options I want to mention out there, a couple honorable mentions, so to say. BitWarden is another open source password manager that's more geared toward businesses and enterprises, but it does have a free tier for personal, and it does have a family plan. It does have a couple other options. Take a look at it. Have a link down below. There's also another one. It's called 1Password. I've seen a lot of Apple users use this, but it works well with Apple, iPhone. Of course, that's the same thing. iPhone, Android, Mac, Windows, Linux. It works with all of them. I chose KeePass, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So let's go. First thing we need to do is we need to download the software. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to KeePass's website. So let me get you over here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to KeePass's website. Over here, I did want to show you real quick. This is BitWarden's personal plan. So there's the free tier, as I mentioned. There's the $3.33 for families, premium accounts for $10 a year, less than $1 a month. Same thing for 1Password, $2.99 per month, billed annually. So, you know, it's, again, why would you pay for a product when you can get a free, open source certified? And what that means is that there's actually been people out there in the industry who are open source programmers, or well, just programmers in general, and they've gone through and actually gone line by line in this code and verified that it is a good quality product. There's no funny business with it. It's not going to try and steal your data. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the downloads option and go ahead and click download now. Now, I've already done this, so I'm not going to download it for the third or fourth time as I'm running through this tutorial trying to figure out exactly how to record this for you guys. So now that we've double clicked on the installer, what we're going to do is we're going to go through real quick. Okay, I accept. Next. This is the name, basic, just full install. We're going to create a desktop shortcut. Hit OK, next, install. Yep. Now the last option is going to launch KeePass automatically for us. So let's just go ahead and hit finish. All right, so now that we got KeePass open, what you're going to do is you're going to create a new database. Come up here on the top, click this little new button. Go ahead and click OK. You're going to find where you want to put it. So I've got a temp folder already selected. You can put it on your desktop. You can put it in your documents. You can put it in that homework folder everybody knows about. Just go ahead and select somewhere where it's going to be, you know, you can easily access it. So I'm just going to call it test. So now we got to create a password. So master password, it needs to be a very, very secure and very complex password. Okay. So this is, do as I say, not as I do, because I'm showing you. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please, don't do this. I'm warning you. You're gonna do it, and then someone's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 in your password security, and then it's gone, and then you did this for nothing. So please. This is why it's called test, and it tells you the specified master password is weak. It's weak. Don't do it. Don't do it. Database name. I'm gonna call it test. Do not use weak master password. See? Don't use it. Now you can create a default username for your new entries if you have the same username all the time. So McKay's Tech, right? So if that's my username on everything, I can just go ahead and put that in there. It'll automatically fill it in. I can change as I need to. The only other option that I'm going to have you change before you click OK is on the Advanced tab, because what I really recommend you do is you make this change. This is on 6 months. This is at least once a year. So you know what? That's not a bad thing. Recommend you change it every 6 months, force you to change it once a year. Your master password, you know, something that's going to be hopefully 25, 26 characters long. Use a passphrase. You know, for instance, the phrase, my computer is slow and needs an upgrade, right? Capitalize the first letter of each word, or capitalize every second word. You know, whatever you need to do to make that passphrase just a little bit more complex. makes it easier, but you got to add some numbers and letters in there. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time before that can be hacked as well. So now that you've got that done, let's go ahead and click OK. Now you've got the option to print the emergency sheet. I recommend you do this just in case you do lose or forget your master password. You're going to click print. It's going to go ahead and go to your printer. I'm going to select Adobe Print, but we're going to click save. This is what it looks like. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put your master password right here, and then you're going to print it. And then you're going to take it, put it in a safe, put it somewhere where no one's going to get to it. All right. Now, you've already got a couple sample entries. What we're going to do is just highlight them. You can click delete on your keyboard, or you can right click and you can say delete entry right here. And then you're going to say yes, because you do want to move these to the recycle bin. Doesn't do you any good. So let's go ahead and create a new entry. For the title, we're going to create our Google account. Look at that. McKay's Tech already popped up. Like I said, that's our username. And for our Google account, McKay'stech@gmail.com, just in case I want to use the whole thing. Password. Look at that. It's already filled out. 25 characters, and it's a full green bar. That's pretty strong. Let's see why. Well, there's a special password field, and there's open password generator. This is something that I've created because I know there's certain websites out there that have a little bit of issues with certain special characters. So I've gone ahead and created a profile that allows me to have quick, easy access for creating certain passwords for certain websites that I consider lame and have poor security. Your profile probably looks something like this. The uppercase, lowercase digits. I think it says 24 right there, but special definitely isn't checked. And look at that. Look at all those special characters you can have when you check that box. So let's go ahead and click on that special box. You can even choose brackets if you want to, but sometimes I have found that brackets is not accepted by certain password, Then the entry, what I'd like to show you is a couple other pieces. I highly recommend putting the address for the website here in the URL field. It allows a quick, simple, google.com, right? So if I save it, and I can just click on that link right there. Google.com. System cannot find the file specified. www dot. Don't forget the www dot, because that's important. When you do that, that then pops up Google, right? But this is what I was talking about. If you click this sign in button here, see how it takes you to this prompt page. So then you just copy this into KeePass. We're going to edit this by double clicking here on the title, or you can just right click, edit entry. Here in the URL field, you're just going to paste all that stuff in, right? Hit OK. Now you can double click on it and it takes you straight to the login page, right? Just like that. No big deal. So now, if you're over here in KeePass, a couple simple options, right? So what you can do is you can actually take this username and this password and automatically fill it in right here. So if I want to just take the username, I can copy username, which is also Control B, and look at that. It automatically puts it over here. So that's the URL field. I highly recommend. We'll take some other steps here in a minute, but let's keep going. Notes. A lot of people like to put security questions or your PIN codes in here. Don't do that. As you can see, the notes field is open, and anytime that you open this profile, your notes are right here, down here in the bottom and in the side field. So it's very readily accessible. Anybody can see it, and it's bad security. So what I recommend, going back into edit, right? Over here on the advanced tab, in the stream fields, click on add. Now over here in the name tab, what I recommend you do, I've probably got some names in here already. No? Okay. New database. PIN code. Or security questions, if I spelled it right. Yep, I did. Right? So you can fill that information in there, and then what you do is you protect value and process memory, because this is going to hide that value, and it's not going to show it right here, but it does let you know, hey, look, I'm hiding security questions, and I'm not going to show them until you open, go in here, and go to view, right? You can copy the values so that you don't ever have to open them. You can copy the items. You can move it somewhere else. But really, if you just need to know what it is, just open it up real quick. You can look at it. Take what risks suit your needs. So back here within the options, auto type. And that's what we're going to get into here real quick, because this is the most useful feature of this entire product. It allows you to log into websites using the username that you filled in and the password it created for you without you ever having to type it. No one's going to want to type capital D, semicolon, up arrow, 6, capital E, M plus E, alpha, or I, lowercase I plus Q, C equals C, lowercase c, V. Is that a J? Or is that a... See? Nobody wants to do that. I mean, I didn't even make it through all 25 characters, and I wasn't even trying to type them into a keyboard. So this auto type function is really going to save your bacon when it comes to what we're doing here. So let me move some stuff around so we can see. Now that we've gotten the basic entry set up, there's a couple last minute things I need to show you before we get going here. I promise these are quick and simple. Just stay around for a few minutes longer. We're going to get this done. So real quick, I want you to go to Tools, Options, and there's a couple things in here we need to change real quick. Number one, I highly recommend you make sure this lock workspace after global user inactivity has at least 360 seconds on it. That way, when you walk away and you leave your computer, the database locks. The second one is clipboard auto clear time. Default is 10 seconds. I highly recommend 3 seconds because the way I'm going to set this up for you, you won't need longer than 3 seconds to get your password into the field that you're going to be copying it into. If you need more than that, by all means, leave it at 4 or 5. Go back to interface, and you're going to want to select this second one right here that says drop to background after copying data to the clipboard. What that's going to do is copy the password and immediately cycle to the other window that you were actively using. So if you've already gone to, say, facebook.com and you've typed in, McKay's Tech, right? And you just want the password at this point, this option will allow you to just hit Control C, Control V, because look at that. It automatically moved it. Now that we've gotten that drop back to the rear, let's just see if there's one last minute thing. Advanced. We do want to make sure that you automatically save when closing and locking the database. This is very important. I cannot stress this enough because if you do not do this and your database closes, your system crashes. Well, if your system crashes, your system crashes. Hopefully you save your database. That's when you need to use this one right here. It says automatically save after modifying an entry. Anytime you edit an entry, save. That will protect you in the event of a crash. This one right here, automatically save when closing or locking the database. Anytime that, again, your system goes inactive and you walk away, it'll make sure it saves your database and locks it so that no one else can get into it. It doesn't hurt. Click these 2 boxes and let's get going. All right, so now we're going to get into auto type. Very simple, very easy. Follow along with me. We'll be done here soon. So we've got the username, the password, username, and a password field. So click on the username field, click on the topic that you want to use in KeePass. Real simple. Control V. Watch. And it tries to log in. It does the enter command for you. Now, of course, Facebook's going to say, I don't know who that is because I don't use that for my Facebook account. But right here on the Google sign in, because maybe you want to sign into Google automatically, right? And it asks for your email, but there's no password. And it's not like Facebook where if I just hit Control V, it automatically goes straight to the password field. So what am I going to do? We're going to edit the entry. We're going to go to auto type and we're going to override the default sequence. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to click within where your username goes. So this field right here, the tab key on your keyboard, 1, 2, this one highlights, and watch this, see how it changes color? Look, yep. So now we want to hit enter. Oh, well, I guess it would help if we had a username in there, right? So let's say McKay's Tech, tab, 3 tabs, enter. Now it's already in the password field, right? Perfect. All right, so now we're going to adjust the auto type, right? So we're here in the auto type. The easiest way to do it, click on the edit button, right? So we're just going to add the tab in between username and password 2 more times. So we scroll down here to the special keys, we can hit tab. So username, tab. There's going to be an enter after the last one, right? There's an enter key. And in between the enter and the password, we're going to scroll down and we're going to find a delay of 1,000. So let's just go ahead and place that in there. If we need to increase it, we can, but I don't think we need to. So let's hit OK. We're going to go back and I'm going to remove the username, click in on the field, and we're going to do auto type. And just like that, it works. We can tell because it waited just a few seconds before starting to type in that quick password right there at the beginning. So if you need to adjust the auto type, I know that sounded a little bit advanced right there at the end. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about the software? What do you think about, are you going to use it? Have you found a better solution? And no, pen and paper doesn't work. Hiding it, making them all the same passwords. You know who I'm talking to. Please use this solution. It's very simple. The last thing I'm going to show you real quick. Synchronizing the files. If you do create a database on your phone by downloading an compatible Android or iPhone app. For Android, I recommend KeePass XC. You can find it in the Play Store. Download that, copy the database file here on your computer to your phone, either using local USB copy, or you can use cloud synchronization with Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, because the file is secure with your master password. So you can move that file over to your phone, open it up, and then you can edit, use it, log into whatever you need to. And that's really where the handy part of this app comes into play, because you're going to be able to use this in the field, on the go, away from your desk, and update passwords as you need to as you're using it on your phone. You can change those passwords, bring that file back to your phone, sync it however you need to via local or cloud, connect it in, and then what you're going to do is click File, Synchronize with File, and choose that file somewhere in your Windows, and then you're off and running. You're done. You have finally managed your passwords. They are secure, or at least more than they were, right? Especially if you're using the same password for every online account. Thank you very much for staying with me this long. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. This is my first YouTube video. There's many more to come. I've got many more ideas, but I had to get one out. Thank you again for tuning in. Hope you have a great day.